Hello and welcome to The Regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
I'm Jason DeRoss.
Oh, yeah, killing it. Happy International Women's Day. We are here.
We made it.
We made it. Happy Monday to everybody in the chat. You know it's going to be a good day when we got questions like, what are cold rolls? Okay,
Yeah.
Great. Answering the big questions.
I actually don't know what cold rolls are.
Cold rolls are amazing. They're
Okay, that explains it. I'm good.
No, but you know when you get like in rice paper with like shrimp and vegetables?
Oh, it's like I know what you're talking about, like a spring roll, but they're in that like rice paper that's cold.
Would you be able to get closer
Turn on
to
my
your
mic? I'm the same distance that I always am from the mic.
I know, but I was just kind of noticing it today, and I'm like, but I just think it's really funny because.
How about now?
Well, do you see how the mic is pretty like
My face?
Yeah, I mean the quality changes so much. Talk?
How's this?
It actually sounds way better.
Oh, fuck me.
It's okay. We'll just keep it. We'll just keep it normal. It's Monday.
I'll figure this out. Oh,
Elizabeth
perfect.
is.
I got it right here.
Okay, well, we'll talk about my Miss Frizzle sweater. Elizabeth thinks it looks like an amoeba, which I'm down for. Jason's lighting today is on point. Congratulations, Jason.
Fucking did it. How about this?
Do you hear the difference?
No, I don't hear anything. To me, I sound the same.
Of course you do. And I mean, of course. Well, welcome. Happy Monday to everyone. We have some chatters in the mix. We got Olivia here saying, happy Monday. Haven't watched live in a while, but listened every week while my daughter was in the NICU. We are sending love. Thank you for all the laughs. You have no idea how much it meant. Well, we are sending love to you and your fam. And welcome, Olivia. Welcome.
And Paige as well. Paige is also,
in the chat
I said
as well.
earlier on, she's been missing for a bit and she's back.
She back. I am rocking my Woman's World t-shirt and my Miss Frizzle cardigan that I love so deeply, but I always forget to wear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I love it. On International Women's Day, you got Woman's World t-shirt on. It's the way to go.
I know. I was like, am I very substitute teacher?
I know it's a magazine, right? Like that's from a magazine, but for some reason it reminds me of a paint store. Like it feels like it's the logo for a paint store.
Like Benjamin Moore?
Yeah, maybe. It's just the font. Or is there one called Paint World? Is that? I don't know.
Have you not slept in a few days?
I have not. It was the weekend. Who sleeps on the weekend? Hold on a second. Who's sleeping on the weekend here?
I will tell you, I was telling Jason before we started recording that I had a glass of wine last night, and I am hungover today.
From a glass of wine. We're officially in our 70s. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not having a good time. I had a glass of wine. I just thought I was being so refined in my pajamas, like getting down with it. But I'm ruined today. But I also didn't have like a restful weekend. Like I was working. So I think today might just be a nap day. What?
That's great. The last time I had a nap day was over 5 years ago for sure. But it's
well, listen, the choices we make are the choices we make.
The choices that happen, yeah. By the way, Olivia said that her child's doing amazing.
Oh, great!
Born at 27 weeks. Jesus.
She said, "Girl was impatient."
Came out, kicked
She
that
had
door
things
down.
to say. Hell yeah. Paige says, "I'm listening while folding laundry, and my dog keeps taking my underwear and chewing them." I feel like Stacey can relate to this. Absolutely. I'd like to talk to you about my morning this morning, which is very similar to Paige, in that woke up, had some work to do. On the keys, ticky, and then all of a sudden, Burger was staying in bed, gets up, drags my duvet onto the ground. I can see my duvet being poured into the kitchen while he's coming through it. He walks to my living room onto the rug and barfs, just, and then walked to the door and was like, "Let me out. I need to pee now." It was unbelievable.
I feel like he did a hit boot camp, sort of. He just dragged that comfort. Like, oh my God, I've never worked out like this before. Oh, okay, I gotta go piss. Who wants to take me to go piss?
First of all, there's nothing funnier than thinking about someone barfing and then going, I gotta go piss. That is
doing a billion burpees, puking, and being like, "Cool guys, I gotta hit the piss." Anyone
also
else?
if you're listening to this and want to know what the vibe of the regulars is, if you're new, Jason and I are talking about piss, and everyone is sending Olivia thoughts and like love and support for her daughter. It's just a dichotomy here. It's really
we jump all over the place. So there's going to be times when you might be talking about the wrong thing at the wrong time. It's kind of like if we were at a funeral,
okay.
we were probably talking about like, I don't know, the Doritos we had last night.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember when we were at my uncle's funeral many, many years ago, and the guy was just like, I think like a sub for the minister to like,
yeah.
He had no idea who my uncle was. It was so funny. It was so
He was
perfect.
backstage being like, okay, you got this, Rick. You got this. Oh my God, my first one.
You know when you make the choice to say someone's name even though you're not
Like
sure, so you kind of, you breeze past it.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, so Brett. And like you think like, why did I say their name? You know, why did I make that?
And he was a great man. Loved kids, loved pizza.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like my uncle was a tool. Like he was just like, obviously it was sad that he passed, but he was like, whilst alive, was like, a tool.
Sure.
So it was just kind of just poetic in a way that
like, is he the type of guy that's been in a bar fight?
No, but he was the type of guy that like at Christmas when you're like passing around mashed potatoes, he like takes them all and then like passes the empty bowl around like nothing's happened. And you're like, excuse me.
Oh no, I'm sitting on the left of Uncle Rick. All the bowls are going to be empty when they get to me.
There's this like infamous story in my family where like he passed around a bowl of peas and like I was a gross kid. Like I loved peas. So I still do. Like I just loved. Yeah. He left one just like sitting in water. And I was like, what am I going to do with this? I just kind of called him out. Anyways, no one cares about this.
I do. Is that you had water in your pea dish? That's like get that out of there. Drain it out.
Oh yeah. Listen, the McGonagalls are doing canned peas and we won't hear anything else about it.
If you're doing not canned peas, you're doing it wrong.
Oh my God.
Some things are just better canned. Jackfruit's better canned. Anyways, fucking Rick.
So today's, we have a lot to discuss today. So we have Model Monday, which we've brought back. And I've got a post. Jay's got a post. I say we get into those. We also, Cindy's got amazing pool. We got Shayla getting in on the mix. So
For
we got
sure.
Model.
Shayla and Cindy were right back into it and obviously killing it again.
Yeah. So we'll do our Model Mondays off the top. And then we want to talk about the Meghan Markle interview a bit.
A little bit.
We're going to get into it. We're going to do a full debrief on Wednesday because I still have to watch like the back half of it. But we have some thoughts.
Some we'll share.
I feel like you're a bit delayed today. I don't know if that's true, but we're just going to roll with it.
I think it's delayed in a lot of ways. Yeah. Internet. Yeah.
It's delayed in that my brain is
I
slow.
don't
It's
sleep
sad.
on the weekends. Fuck this.
Again, the choices we make are the choices we make. Okay. Pros and cons to both. A glass of wine by yourself, watching Allen versus Pharaoh, hungover in the morning. There we go.
Or watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and calling it a cool night.
Oh God, is that what you did?
We did watch it on Friday. I think we watched it.
Does it hold up?
I mean, for a child's thing, it was fine. Like, I guess.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah, Jenny's correct. I think we're feeling more of a brain delay, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's get into Model Monday because I posted mine today. Jason, I didn't know was going to be participating. So I'm excited to see yours. So Jay, whenever you're ready, if you want to pull it up, I would be really excited to see.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Here's mine. Trust me, it's bad. Here we go.
Okay, well, the flares really hit you somewhere.
I know. And I was like, it's too late. I'm in on this already. I ran out this morning, took some pictures. I was like, only one of these looks even half decent, but on my phone. And then when I brought it in, I was like, well, it is what it is.
Jason, it's right on your dick.
It's a real fire crotch right there is what's going on. Yeah. I got sun dick.
Okay, wait. I have some questions. You're obviously wearing shorts.
Yeah. But like
Okay.
I just couldn't get it properly.
What's on the shorts?
Oh man. This is great.
What's
Little
on
red
them?
lobsters. There's lobsters on there.
Oh my God, Jason, you're wearing
It's spring.
You're
It's fucking spring.
You're wearing lobster shorts?
It's spring.
I can't allow. That's a bathing suit option. That can't be. I'm going to
I
the
agree.
bank.
You know what it is? And it's crazy because I live in a place where there's no snow. I don't have any good shorts. Zero. All my
Yeah,
shorts I hate. I hate all my
okay.
shorts.
I'm gonna send you some options for some
Please
shorts.
do. Because I went, at one point I was like, oh, I'm going to grab some crazy shorts. And I did. Like I ordered them online and all of them came and I'm like, these suck.
Because Jay, the top half, you look beefy. You look great.
Well,
You have some good color on your skin. Like you look nice and
I'm sure
tanned.
it's a filter.
I like you love a thin hoodie.
It's actually not that thin of a hoodie. That one's a it's spring. It was a spring
No, but
hoodie.
you know what I mean. You don't wear like sweatshirt hoodies. You wear like this is a shirt with like a hood that I'm never gonna use.
Well, for Model Monday, but normally every day I'm a piece of garbage. I wear a hoodie. No
Jay,
problem.
I think the top is I think the top is great. I do. I think the top is really good.
Look, here's our wedding vows. From like your belly button up, I love you. I love you
Jason has a
forever.
question. Jan goes, I just tuned in. Why is Jason's crotch glowing? Yeah, he caught a lens flare and gave up.
Jen, I ran out this morning, did some quick shots, deleted. Here's my problem. I deleted all the ones as I was still out there and left
Yeah.
one. And I was like, well, this one looks okay from like a thumbnail.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I came in and I looked at it. I was like, well, this is where I'm at. Sun dick.
Jason, I will tell you, top half though is like very wee woo, very wee woo, very chamber.
However, I'll say this though too, because you're gonna hate all of this, but I'm still gonna do it. So I did get that scale, and I've been like, only on Mondays. I do it on Mondays once a week. I'll step on it. That's it, just to see like, because I'm trying to go at a slow pace. I'm not trying to go all in. I'm like 1 pound a week is what I'm trying to shoot for. To go down 1 pound a week.
Sure.
And this morning I got on the scale and it was the first time since I started where I was like, oh, this is bad news.
How
and
much
I worked
did you gain?
so hard last week.
How much
I didn't
did you
gain
gain?
anything. I lost like half a pound.
Okay, great. So
But
you
I've been
also
losing
know
like
that
I've been losing like 2 every week, and I'm like, this is great.
Okay.
Going down, and then today, because I did have a weekend. Like when we can talk about it, but like yeah.
Well, Jason really wants to talk about plateauing, which I'm happy to talk about because we're both on a journey, and I'm happy to unpack a plateau. But I will say, like 2 pounds, if you're losing 2 pounds per week and then you plateau and lose half a pound, that's still a success. And I don't know why you're crying about it. You're being a bit stinky.
I'm not crying.
Okay.
I'm just saying like this was
I'm not crying.
You're crying. I'm not crying. You're crying.
You crying. So
But
I think
I'm
this is great.
but you're crying.
Okay. And I agree, Jan. 1 pound a week is still a lot.
No way.
You're just so not, you're just, I just get so frustrated because it's like you just will never understand moderation.
Oh, and I also know Shayla said 1 week is not a plateau. Oh, I know. I'm just saying like eventually, because I'm back on Chloe Ting. I should have mentioned that too.
What a secret life you have. Like, you're my friend. You
because
could
I wanted
text
to, like,
me.
I was trying to do one of those surprise things where I'm like, hey, check it out. I did it, guys. I lost X amount
Why?
of pounds. I feel great. I thought it'd be fun on the thing. Now I've ruined the surprise. Now, 3 months from now, when I go to say that, you're going to be like, yeah, we know. And it's not going to be that fun.
Yeah. Enjoy your secret journey. It's, as they say, when you're going through something, don't find community. Do it yourself.
You got a great community here. I feel supported in a lot of ways.
Well, you're lying to us. There's a lot of lying.
No,
Yeah.
there's no lying. How's that lying?
You're very whispery today. I have you like cranked.
How's that lying?
It's just
I think
simply
you're just
too
trying to
much.
get me to play around with my microphone until the murder voice comes back, I think is what's happening.
No. I can tell that there's like sort of like a lean back vibe today. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great, Jay. I just, listen, have I thought about getting a scale as well? Of course. Do I know that I personally cannot own one and that it would be a problem? Yes.
Yeah, different things work for different people. To be honest, like it
Yeah.
feels like it is working for me because it's a bit of a motive. At least I can go, and I'm not looking for big results, even though Jan Caruana, who I love and appreciate so much, says a pound a week is still a lot. I feel like a pound a week is doable, for at least for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and it
think it's
totally is. I mean, like, what UFC cut? I'm gonna be one of those guys and cut like 8 pounds in an hour. Great, I'm gonna do that. Figure that
I
out.
I just think it's like you have to think about, instead of like a number, what do you want to feel like? Like for me to be like, I want to be a size 4 is ridiculous, right? So that's just such an invisible reach, I find,
Yeah.
for me personally. Like for
No, I
me.
understand that. It's like I can put like a number on the board and be like, this is the weight I want to be. And then you're like, well, that's looking down the whole. I always use that snowboard analogy of like, if I was teaching someone, you're like, just look the next 15 to 20 feet. Don't worry about the bottom of the hill, because people get scared when they look down. They're like, it's so far down, I'm going to die. And it's like, no, just look at the ground in front of you for the next 20 feet, 50 feet, and you're fine.
Like,
So
yeah,
it's the same
but
thing with this. It's like, just look week to week. I don't have a number way. I mean, I do have a number way out there, but it's way out there. And
you
I'm like,
do have a number. You're obsessed with
I'm not
numbers.
looking
So
at it. I'm not looking at it. I'm
okay.
looking at like 1 pound a week in general, on
Okay,
average, for the next few months.
But I think it can be. I think it's very clear that you're numbers focused, opposed to like how
Well, I
you
gotta
look
have
in
like,
clothes.
I have to have like quantitative things to show me that things are progressing.
Okay, but what about like your jeans being looser,
I'm doing that.
jackets fitting better?
I've also
Okay.
measured my waist, which is something I didn't do before.
Numbers. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and men do lose weight really quick. I think Jason kind of gave himself some severe metabolic damage, allegedly from previous choices, and now you struggle to drop some lbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's looking into Noom as well, and I'm not going to do it.
everyone's doing the Noom. I
Because
know.
I feel like it's always like you're looking at the next thing, and Noom is just now the next version of like, and I could be wrong. Maybe Noom's great. I mean, their commercials are fun, so maybe
Their commercials are fun. Jan says it best. Just make sure you take care of your physical body in terms of your exercise choices.
I am.
I worry.
Oh, by the way,
I'm sorry.
jumping back onto clothing, and I know like last time I was like, maybe we went at it a little hard. I am doing it so slow and steady. It's insane. I'm just doing, this is why I wanted to bring it up and talk about plateauing. I have found one exercise that she does. It's 45 minutes. It's a little more low impact. And like some of the higher impact ones, I've just taken those out and replaced them with very low impact stuff to be safer. But that's why I was talking about plateauing. I'm like, the only exercise I'm doing with her is the same video each time. So like eventually I'm going to be like, I want to do something else, or else it just feels
right. No, I think that's great. I also think like for me, like, when you hear low impact, you think like that's not going to have an effect, which is just so not the case, right? Like low impact and high impact are, you're still going to get results. Yeah.
Yes. That's
well,
why
I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah. That's why I'm keeping the low impact. And even if I'm not like in pain afterwards, I'm not living by the old adage of like no pain, no gain, which I think was a generational thing.
Well, I think your whole mentality was like, so much pain, give me pain. Where's my back? I want more pain. So,
yeah.
No, here's the thing. I think do whatever works for you, but really check yourself. Like make sure you're doing it for health and not because you're like, oh, I want to look like Matthew McConaughey, because even Matthew McConaughey doesn't look like Matthew McConaughey. You know what I mean?
So how does he look like that then? Okay, smoke.
Well,
where do I find these smoke and mirrors for myself?
Oh my God, what I would give for some freaking smoke and mirrors for myself. Oh my God.
I'm going to get off. I'm going to look on Amazon. I'm going to buy a smoke machine. I'm going to get a new mirror, and things are looking up for DeRoss.
Well, it's so funny because when we were doing my birthday show, we were looking at old photos of me, and it's like, man, I really have never appreciated my body in any capacity. Like I always thought I was like a melted candle, like just never, I was just so hard on myself. And then I see young photos of myself, and now I'm being doubly hard on my current self because I don't look like I'm 21 anymore.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but like you're fine. Remember all your hand on hip pictures? Come on, you're great. You did fine.
My one model pose. Well, okay. Speaking of, I did post today my Model Monday post on Instagram. So I'll share it here. So here is, it's very butt focused, which, we're here for on this program.
High-waisted jeans probably then. Yep.
Yep. High-waisted jeans. What am I going to wear? A mid-rise like a psychopath?
It's funny because this pose looks like a model that, this is going to sound terrible, but it sounds like, when
I'm already upset, but go on. Yes.
When a model's topless, so they turn around and they go like this. That's what it looks like you're posing like. Yeah, you're in a topless pose, but you're wearing a shirt.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to let the constructive criticism land.
It's not criticism. I'm just saying like that. It looks like you're doing this with your arm. And I'm like, it's, anyways, why did you take the photo down so quickly?
Because you said it looked like I was having a topless photo.
No, I wouldn't say that. But it's just, I thought that was funny that you're posed like it. But like, I want to pose like, I don't know, like I'm in Chippendales, but be fully clothed in like a turtleneck and be like, well, there we go.
You know what I think we should do for our model pics is I think that we should take inspiration. Like we should pick like the model pose of the week, like from someone we love. And then we have to recreate that picture.
Sure. Yeah,
okay. So that's what the Model Monday will now go to.
Okay. I'm in.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we'll pick someone we're like, oh, they get it. And then we'll try and do that. I will say, Kayla is talking about Fitness Blender, which I've tried. I believe they're on YouTube. Yeah.
And what is it? They just make a lot of smoothies and then do jumping jacks?
I think it's HIIT workouts, which are really great.
Okay. Yeah,
I found a lot of success with them. Yeah. And you know what? It's just about mixing it up and doing what's right for you. That's all I can say. I mean, I've been loving my Peloton, but I work out more when I have friends that are like, we're doing this at 8 a.m. And I'm like, yeah. And then I join them, a group.
But that's great. And that's what I'm talking about with, it's kind of how we were talking about before the pod with why we brought up plateaus. It's like, if we do the one singular workout constantly, eventually your body goes, it feels like, it was a big thing that P90X pitched when they were back, and that was a thing. It was like, well, you have to change it up. Now it's 3 months. We're going to change everything up. So because your body's used to this and you're working the same muscle groups every time.
Right.
So it's like, I got to find those things that still get me going and be like, oh, it's not the same thing. And I just get comfortable doing one exercise.
But I also think it's like, I mean, I think you also like, I think you kind of strive for like perfection where you're like, I understand this top to bottom, middle and back. So it's like, you're going to do the same workout until you're like, I've mastered it. Instead of like really finding, change and I can't think of the word. You get what I'm saying?
I'm like, if it, yes.
Huh?
Delayed.
It's super delayed for me. So because I've been loving the Peloton classes that I'm doing, but then I've been mixing it up with like core workouts, strength, and I always feel like weights is the way to go.
I don't have any weights, and then I can't go to a gym right now, so it sucks.
I know, and you can't buy any weights either. Plus, weights are expensive.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about that more, I got some resistance bands, and they're awesome.
I have resistance band. I've always had those because I've been in physio 500 times in my life,
Yeah, I wonder why. Is it because you grab a kettlebell in the middle of your trip in Boston and then like ruin your back?
It's for a lot of things. I mean, I was born with one side of my body bigger than the other, so it started at a very young age, like
of
birth.
course. And then the snowboarding, and then the surfing in your 40s, and
broke a lot
all that
of things. Kind of stuff. Yeah, punctured some organs.
Yeah, sick. We love that. But plateaus are tough. And I think it's like, I had a weekend where did 2 tubes of Pringles just get destroyed over 2 days? Of course they did. But it's also, you have to realize it's like a marathon. This isn't like, okay, I have 30 days to like drop all this. It's just like a constant recognition of like wanting to be healthier. Yeah.
It's something that you can stick to. It's like, again, we talked about this when the year started. When we're like, oh, we're not going to make New Year's resolutions, but we're going to talk about these small changes that are doable and like you can find. So I'm trying to do things that I'm like, even when the pandemic's complete, hopefully that's maybe.
Oh God, but I can't even put that in a sentence at this point. It just feels like never.
But even if like things start to get back and, I'm not at home with my child 24/7, then maybe it's like I could stick to a couple of these routines even when life comes back. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, but that's the thing for me when I get on you about like numbers and scales and measurements. It's like, are you going to do that for the rest of your life? Like I can't, I really can't. I can't write down everything I eat for the rest of my life. You know, I can for like a month to kind of figure out portions. Sure.
I'm okay with that because I've been doing that since like for 10 years, like off, but then it falls off.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing it where it's like, if I fell off for a day, I'm using the Adam Colley detour thing and being like, cool, I fell off for a day. I'll just jump back on it and figure it out the next day. Like
it's also
this
not
weekend was the
falling
first.
off.
I know that's the whole thing. This weekend
Yeah.
was a bit weird because like a few things happened and it was like, oh, these are a bit out of my control. We're doing this. Oh, I'm eating this. That's great. Who cares? And then it's hard to put those numbers into an app. This is all boring conversation now. I'm just
and I'm not quite following what you're saying, but this is out of my control. Oh no, I'm eating. It's like, were you?
I went to like one of those
parents?
I went to one of those like diners, like a cool diner, not a cool diner, but like where you can't just go, oh, how many calories is this burger? So you have to kind of like estimate like.
First of all, if you're going to a diner, like
I know,
okay,
I'm already out. I get it. I got to just put 3,000 calories and you're done. Yeah.
Just who enjoy the diner.
That's what I mean. So like yesterday was a write-off, and I was like, that's why I think I plateaued this week was all because of yesterday. But
I also think I also think, and this is again us, like you know, however you approach this personally is you, but like the idea of like yesterday was a write-off. No, yesterday you went to a diner, you had fun, you ate a nice meal, and then today is different. But it's like to say like I was terrible this weekend or I was so bad.
It was the best burger.
Exactly. So it's like why and then all of a sudden you're setting yourself up to wake up today with so much shame as if you did something bad. You just went to a diner.
I'm taking on the Adam Colley thing. I was like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. I feel great. I'm like, good. I didn't go down this week, but I know why. And like next week I'll work a bit harder and then I will not worry about it.
You didn't go down not because of one meal. Also.
No, that's true. Also, yeah, you're right. I also drank.
Give me a break.
On one of the nights, yeah.
Yeah. Like, let's just pump the damn brakes on the shame wagon. Okay?
I'm not, okay. It's not shame. I'm feeling good. I was going to say something. We didn't bring Cindy and Shayla's pictures today, but they also did a great Model Monday shots.
Oh, yeah. We'll bring them in on Wednesday. I totally did not, but I will do that, I swear, on Wednesday. Okay, so let's get into a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, we are having a Patreon. This is like an extra, not on the schedule, but tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on our Patreon, we are going to be doing a 4-shot breakdown of Jason's cease and desist Molson Canadian commercial.
I don't know how it's going to go. I'll just let you know, like, we're going to have fun and we'll go through it all. But remember, this is also like, I shot this almost 20 years ago. So it's like the shot for shot won't be too detailed, but we'll go off on tangents and we'll find some fun stuff.
I have already been collecting a lot of questions that I will be asking Jason.
I'm just saying my answers might not be too detailed, or I might not remember exactly what bridge I was going. Although I do remember what bridge we were going under in that one shot. But yeah.
Great. And I also have reached out to some friends, panelists that Jason is unaware of, that will be joining us tomorrow night to also ask their questions. I should have
never found. Why did I look for this video? Why did I bring this back?
So some of Jason's closest, we will all be breaking down this cease and desist commercial tomorrow.
I'm going to send you different commercials. I'll send you different ones. We can go over like different stuff. The cat one or the fucking Pepsi one.
Jason, you're great in the commercial. It's not your performance. We just have a lot of questions. So
I'm not great in that. We're not. We'll talk about it. You guys join the Patreon. Jump in tomorrow.
Yeah, jump in tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So come on over tomorrow to the Patreon to watch. It's like $5 to join. So that's where we'll be. Also, a lot of people are saying, hey, Jason, be kind to yourself. It's probably just salt and water. And listen, I had sushi last night. I'm for sure puffy because of that.
Just because people, I'll say this again too. Like, I'm not ashamed and I'm not disappointed at all.
Okay,
I feel great. It's just the first week where I haven't went down, so I'm just pointing that out. Like, eventually there'll be plateaus and that'll be fun. That's fine. Like, I'm totally the Adam Colley of like, okay, detour a week didn't
for me,
go
I'm
down.
still going through it. Jen brings up a good point. She goes, I do actual food therapy. It's really opened my eyes to how toxic we all treat ourselves. I mean, yeah, I need to hop on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unpack all that because I am an emotional eater. So good or bad, we are celebrating.
Jen's mom still calls me the little cat, apparently.
From Whiskas.
Whiskas, a Whiskas commercial I did back in like 2007,
It
so
was
long ago.
such a great commercial. Now, we did want to briefly talk about the Meghan Markle of it all and then really get into it on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay.
Because I have to finish the interview. But what were your initial thoughts, Jason?
I heard your tone in that. Of like,
okay, so Jason
you go
and
first.
I'll go first. No, I'll go first.
Fan of Meghan Markle?
So here's the thing. First of all, of course, the royal family is terrible. Of course, like of course, there. Yeah, of course, there's allegedly. Oh, please, the Queen, don't shut down our podcast. We know you're a big fan. There's obviously like so much racism. Like it was unbelievable when she was like, Archie was not going to be given a title. They were worried about his skin color. Like that was truly wild.
Of course.
Not surprising, but like, you know, when you hear that, you're like, oof.
Well, that was Oprah's. What? Like that's going to be used forever. And it was like, yeah, of course. Oprah's reacting the way we all would react. But it was like, yeah, terrible.
Yeah, but
I only say that because you said like we all know that. We all know like there's crap going on over there and these.
It's terrible, and there was a part of me
still react that way. We're still
totally,
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was still so like, and also her doing the interview, I was like, this is massive. This is such an FU to that royal family. Like, she doesn't care, which I was like so there for. Like, spill it all. Okay. Yeah. That being said, I also am not a Meghan Markle fan. Like, there's just something like I'm all for her being like, hey, do you want to know secrets about the royals? I'm like, yes, tell me everything. Like, you're my best friend. Mm-hmm. But I also know.
This is Mean Girls then. This is like, yeah, tell me all of it. Mm-hmm.
I do feel like a mean girl. But
Regina King bringing it all in and being like, yeah, tell me more.
But I also think, I also hold the ridiculousness of someone being like, I don't want any attention, so we're moving to Los Angeles. It's like, okay, but like, you know,
I would actually be fine if she was like, I want to go back and live the dream that I was trying to live before and being an actress, and like, not talking about getting cut off because you still live on the same street as Oprah Winfrey.
Sorry, Elizabeth is calling you out for saying Regina Kring.
I said Pring?
It's Regina George, and you said Regina Kring.
Yeah, Regina Kring.
I just moved past it, but it's so true. That was so
I knew
wrong.
When I said it, I was like, I got the wrong name, but like, I'll just go with it.
This is why we'll never be professional broadcasters. The Regina Kring of it all. Okay. But it's like, you know, yeah, there's just something like Meghan Markle, like, of course, like she was terrorized in the press. Of course. Terrible. It's like unforgivable stuff. But there was just some parts of the interview that I was like, okay. Like the call out on Kate Middleton, I just thought was so good.
The problem is, and this is like, because I don't know enough. I don't really follow the royal family, and I don't
me neither.
follow Meghan Markle. So my problem is like, I know we're all watching this and going, oh, it is the soap opera of real life, and because it's so like blown up in the media, every little thing that they do makes a big decision. But I'm like, I still have a hard time, even though problems are all relative. You got first world problems and everything, but like having so much empathy, I'm like, oh, this is really, really. You're living on the same street as Oprah Winfrey. You're like, oh, I can save chickens. It's like, cool, man. you can go save chickens because it's like you could probably do that at the click of a finger and be like, hey, Don, my butler, can you run
I
down the
really
street and
don't know what
save
you're
it?
talking about. I don't get it. I don't get the point you're making.
At one point, she's like brings her out to the chicken coop, and she's like, "These are all animals we save because me and
Oh,
Harry
right.
care a lot about the exact same things and everything." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but and you're great. You're doing the right things. You have the right intentions. Everything
Yeah.
else, just be honest with us and go like, "I'm a fucking actress, and like,
Yeah. And the
I was
royals
making
suck.
money
And they were,
beforehand. I
yeah.
kill it. I married a fucking prince. Fuck you all. I took the prince away. We're living a
Kayla's,
good life. I live on the same street as Oprah Winfrey. See you all later." And then I'd be like, "Now I respect you a bit more. That's a bit more honest than
well,
like."
it's such a PR stunt. This whole interview. I mean, listen, like call them out. Like call them out and name the names. And like, there's conspiracies or whatever that it's to cover up Prince Andrew, who's like a total creep and should be in jail, and all of this stuff. So, and I believe that. I just also am holding that like, like this is such a like. Well, I don't want to say anything about Kate. I've forgiven her, but she definitely made me cry. She's actually a piece of shit, and but I've forgiven her, and I mean,
Yeah,
I don't even want to bring it up.
It's like,
She
look, here's
like
a person. We said before, it's like, here's a person that's a piece of shit, and this is all the things that I would define. Here's Kate's qualities and what she did. A lot of them overlap, but I do not want to make the correlation and say that she's a piece of shit.
yeah. Do I want
Do I
her
call
to
her
like
Kate
jump off?
POS? Yeah, but like, that's our fun game.
Kate's like a Regina Krang. Like, do you get what I'm saying, Oprah? Like a full Regina Krang. But like I've forgiven her, and like she ruined my wedding, whatever. Never get over it. I have forgiven her. She's a total pile of trash, and I'm not bringing it up.
But
like,
that's the whole thing too. That
Yeah.
Crygate has turned into Crygate is insane because it's like they had a fight. What happened was the same thing that happens at probably 70% of weddings is somebody disagreed with a choice you made. Two people have it out. One person cries because it's fucking emotional. And that happens to everybody. That happens literally to everybody.
Kate could be a total monster. What I'm saying is
Kate could be a total monster. Meghan could be a total monster. We don't know the truth of whatever.
I think, I mean, and also like you can hold that she has been treated poorly. And she also might just be also a thirst monster, which is great. I mean, I am too, but it's I just thought it was like so interesting.
The only thing that I've actually felt a lot of, I mean, like, yes, I get if Meghan Markle was dealing with all these things, it's fucking terrible. Like
well, she was. I mean, like, that goes without saying. Like, she won all these defamation suits. Like, she was just totally smeared. But I just think it's so funny that, like, I just imagine if like. Like a sister-in-law or like someone I was, in relation to when I went to Oprah and was like, yeah, Stacey actually like, she was like being so annoying about this bridesmaid's dress and she like totally made me cry. And I'd be like, what happened?
I don't think so. I think you'd be like, yeah, they were fucking dumb dresses. I'm not wearing one of those. You think I'm going to spend $150 on that dress and never wear it again? Fuck you.
Meghan, your wedding dress was crinkled out the gate, okay? And it had to be said. And it had to be said. Out the gate. You exited the castle and it was crinkly. Yeah, I just thought it was like, and also those interviews are interesting because it's like, don't you just love being rich? Oh yeah, I love being rich. Do you want to go to my rich chicken coop? Yeah, and then I'll show you my rich chicken coop. Man, I can't wait. That's on the vision board. But,
I don't know. You said you missed you said you saw the second half of it. So it starts off with her being like, you know what's hilarious? Like, we're not shooting this at my house and we're not shooting this at your house, but it's the same street and we're out shooting it at a friend's house. Pretty fun. And I'm like, yeah, then you've lost me a lot because you live on the same street as Oprah Winfrey. Like it's hard to like,
and
I know money's not everything and all of her problems are very real, but it was just like, it's still hard to like build up the sympathy.
It was still a salacious interview and it was still like a takedown and like, it was pretty funny. Some of it.
Yeah. Rich chicken coop. Okay. I can't fucking talk ever.
Regina Krang. We're gonna do a full deep dive on Wednesday. But
I'll say one more thing though, because like the only thing that for some reason, like Harry's demeanor is very. I don't know. There's something I like about it that he just is like, okay, this is all happening.
Yeah. Do you feel like Meghan was like, we're out of here, or do you think he was like, we need to get out of here? Like, You know what I mean? It's such a huge, crazy
I don't
move
know.
that they made to leave the royal family.
I feel like it was probably both of them together in that decision. I think that she probably was the one that initiated it, but I also think that Prince Harry, it is crazy because he's like it is your mom. Your mom died from media frenzy, and now you're like, okay, now we have media frenzy, and you're saying you're not going to protect us.
Yes,
I'm
and
out of
this
here.
and them not protecting their son, like it is like unforgivable. I mean, but it's like, yeah, I'm curious what their response will be from the interview. I'm curious what Kate's response would be. It
I don't
just
think they're
seems
going to
like,
respond.
yeah, they probably won't. I
They're
just
going to
think
be
it's
like, "You're
interesting.
America. You guys sit over there and be America. We're in friggin' England, man."
Like, I'm sure she was not welcomed. I'm sure it was really isolating. You hear about like what her rules and responsibilities are once you join the royals, and it's like you realize, and what she said, like, I thought they were taking care of me, but they were just like dealing with her. Like they weren't actually protecting her. They were just covering their own ass. And I think that realization is like it's just so unsettling,
But at the same time, she talked highly of the Queen.
Well,
You
I
know
mean,
what I
what are
mean?
you going to do? You're going to be like, oh yeah, the Queen. Like, who's paying for their house? You don't get that working at Suits. You don't get to be Oprah's neighbor when you're an actress on
Well,
Suits.
he said in the second act, you'll see, he said that his mom left them a lot of money, and he thinks it's because she probably saw things coming to a head like this, so she left them
Damn.
money to be like, escape.
Cool. Okay, I gotta watch the end, and
We'll talk about it.
we'll do on Wednesday. So if no one's watched it yet, but yeah, they're like I remember I did. I think it was like a commercial or movie. I can't remember, but the makeup artist like worked on Suits and like knew Megan, and I was like, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's like a socialite before.
So are you gonna spill that tea when we talk about it on
Spill the tea. Oh,
all the makeup artist stuff? Yeah.
yeah, I'll spill all the tea. All of the
Too
tea.
inside.
The regulars. Come for the tea. Come for the tea,
We
get the
are gonna
coffee.
Okay, guys, Wednesday's podcast is gonna be as big as Oprah's interview because we are spilling the tea from a makeup artist. That's where
No,
it all
she
comes
said
from.
Megan was fine. She said Megan was fine, but
Whoa, save it. This is our next time on the regulars. She said Megan was fine.
I just think it's really funny
Catch
too.
it.
There's something about the royals where it's like, okay, like because like Kate Middleton is like now Kate Middleton, it's like she has the weight of like a powerful woman like Michelle Obama. Like people want to hear Kate Middleton talk. I'm like, what if she's just like,
The truth
do
is,
you know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know if I don't know if I have ever heard Kate Middleton say a word.
She's like,
I mean, like I don't follow that
"Hello?"
shit.
No, me
I don't
neither.
follow any of it, so I don't know.
Maybe she has like a David Beckham where like you think her voice is one way and then it's just completely
Yeah,
different.
she talks like Bruce Banner from as the Incredible Hulk.
Do you remember the first time you heard David Beckham and he's like, hello, I'm David
Yeah.
Beckham. And you're like, what? Wait, hold on a second. What's your
Who do I
name?
make this autograph out to? Oh, Jesus.
I love football. What?
Did somebody take my booties out of my locker?
It's like seeing like sexy pictures of him, like black and white, just like dripping with sweat. And he's like, ooh, this was fun. You're like, ew, get out of here.
I'm open, pass.
Pass it to me. They made a movie with my name in it.
It's about a wee lass.
Keira Knightley's in it. Laughing at our own jokes. This is where we're at.
Yeah. But at least
I don't
they're on
deny
point.
this.
Like David Beckham's still hot, right? Like David Beckham, right? We're on the pulse.
Yeah, David Beckham is very much in the news. Remember when they were really good friends? When David and Victoria were really good friends with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes? Yes.
Is that well? Maybe they're still friends.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not so much
Doubt
with
it.
one of either
I
Katie
doubt,
or
yeah.
Tom, but
Jen goes, I remember the gossip way back when that said that Kate was raised and trained to meet William and become his wife. Like her parents planned the whole thing. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past. There's some business arrangements for sure.
you're the fucking queen of a. They said it was a 1,200-year-old tradition. Like it's nuts.
That's wild. I just think it's, and it's probably like Kate was like, cool, this is just like my life. And like, this is just it. And you have to deal with it. And Megan was like, yeah, I don't think so. And Kate was like, well, this is just how it is.
Well, 1,200 years. That it just hit me. I'm like, that's nuts. That's
I
really
can't
far back.
imagine the royal family is kind at all. Can you imagine? Like, if you had to be, imagine you and I were royals, okay? Imagine, okay? You have to
It
be
would turn into an Adam Sandler movie where we're playing golf in the fucking main, like, stairwell or something.
Hello.
David's coming over for tea tonight, guys. Fucking let's party.
David's here. So like you and I are royals, like you have to be so nice and caring and thoughtful and wise all day. Okay. What are you going to be afterwards? I'm going to be wretched. There'd be nothing left.
I don't know. I feel like they walk around and don't say anything. Like they just smile and shake hands. So I'm like, I don't know.
You
I'd
must
like to walk around and just be
gassed.
like, you're a fuck? You're a fuck?
A fuck
You're a
you,
fuck?
and
Fuck
you, and
you.
you. The queen's okay. Thank you. I love how we're talking about the royals, and Jan and Jameson are just talking about snacks in the chat, which is great.
Fuck yeah.
Anyways, I'm really excited to watch the rest of it. I just was like, this is such a bold move.
Are you
It's like,
excited, or are you like, well, now I got to watch the rest of it?
no, because I just think it's really fascinating because it just like it's such a takedown, and it's so.
I was never watched it live, so like it was all commercials. Everything was a commercial.
Yeah.
They came back at one point, and I swear it was like she asked one question, she got like a 3-word answer, and they go, "Great, when we come back." And I was like, "We just got back from like."
What would you
18
say is the most
commercials in a row.
interesting thing that she said?
Well, the most interesting thing, I think the thing that popped the most in the interview was when she goes, they were really worried about what tone the skin tone was
Yeah.
going to be of the baby. Then you're just
gross.
like, okay, so like, fucking racism's alive and well. There is in the in the royal, yeah, like it's that was crazy.
And the media about it, it is without question that the media around Meghan Markle was like disgusting, like terrible, the just wretched stuff, like gross. No, thank you. Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk more about it on Wednesday, but we will never stop talking about David Beckham. We know very much in pop culture, very much now, very much current.
He's current in 95, current now too, man. Look,
I've never
the royal
found him
family goes back
attractive.
1,200 years, so like only 20 years ago, still fully current.
Yeah. You know, I was looking into like Prince, like I'm wondering if like William and Kate are just like so pissed. Like just so pissed.
I don't know, because you got to remember they're still brothers, so it's like, how does that work out?
You get
I
mad
don't
at your
know.
brother. You don't get mad at your brothers?
I don't remember the last time I was mad at my brothers, but like,
What?
I don't remember the last time I was mad at my brothers. I
Are
hope
you
they're not mad
kidding
at
me?
me. No. We were
Weird.
probably kids when I was the last time I was mad at them. We probably lived together. It was
Oh.
probably high school.
Don't
But
relate.
even if though, like, they're still family. So like, you still got to like come back to.
I just feel like it's a completely broken. I mean, the thing is, we don't really know. It's super secretive, but you can kind of, I mean, just because I feel like that is a completely broken family. Completely broken.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel like when they said, "Have you talked to your dad?" and that was as close as we're going to see Prince Harry cry. That was as
He
close
hasn't
as
talked to
it's
his
gonna get.
dad?
Oh yeah, you're not there yet.
Oh, what'd he say?
It was like he almost broke, but he was just like, yeah, hey, I don't remember what his exact words were, but basically she's like, his relationship with the queen is still very good, and they talk weekly, I think he said, or daily, I can't remember. But then they're like, what about your dad? And it's like, we don't. He's like, I was really disappointed in my dad on how he reacted to some stuff. I can't remember the exact wording, but like, it's not good.
And also, like
It was
Prince
bad.
Charles, like we're really gonna he's really gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna tell Harry what to do. One of the worst people ever.
I don't feel like he's been in the American media since Diana was around. Like, I feel like he's been gone for a long time. Since he had an affair with what's her face, like back then. Why is that funny?
Camilla. Her name's Camilla, right? No, you're just like, what's her face?
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't follow the royal family.
They just seem so skeezy, those two. Just like they just kind of seem like Disney villains who are like listening behind a curtain, going, you know.
Yeah.
Here's what's crazy in the chat is everyone's like, I don't get mad at my siblings as an adult. Like, I can't relate.
Look at Olivia's like, I definitely fight with my sister, but like dumping out each other's makeup bags all over the tent while stressful camping type fighting.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, that's like that's something I can get behind, you know. I definitely disagree.
You guys must camp a lot though. If like you're dumping out each other's makeup, if that's like how you define your fights.
Well, there's a lot to unpack there that's really great, right? There's makeup and camping mixed together and makeup bags filled with product that is enough to dump while camping. I'm here for that. I like that relationship. What's going on? Are they using a compact mirror? Are they hanging one on a tree? How are they getting ready? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I mean, I think my me getting annoyed is also probably feels the same as just getting in a fight. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's happening? I mean, Jenny says I get mad with my sister way more as an adult than I did as a kid. Mine's sort of like the same. It's the same amount. Oh, Olivia goes, we did hang one on a tree. These are my gals. This is it. You hang the mirror on the tree while camping. I love this. This is the way to go. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat here. Sisters, this is the thing. The relationship between sisters is so complex and complicated. It
feels like it's different than brothers because like everything I'm reading here is everyone's like, no, I do fight with my sister. I fight with my sister here. I fight with my sister here. I'm like, I don't know brothers that fight that much. I don't think.
I think brothers just like fight. I mean, like,
I don't know. I guess but you grow out of that if you're not like a fist fighter because like, I'm not fist fighting anybody ever in my life.
I think it really depends on the dynamic in which you're growing up. So like the dynamic in which I was growing up was like the brothers were taken care of. Like, help your brother do his laundry. He doesn't know. Like, oh, your brother, help him wrap his Christmas presents.
No, I don't think I had that going on. But we did have like, I don't understand this move. At one point, I was probably like, I don't know, 11, I would say. My dad handed me and my brother's boxing gloves and said, go in the basement and hang out with these boxing gloves. And I was like, how's that a good idea? But we did. And they were like boxing gloves from like the 50s. He
wanted you guys to fight?
He did. We fought. He put on boxing gloves. We're like, okay. No idea. I've never asked him about it.
Maybe he was
because I haven't thought about it. But
sorry,
yeah, maybe it's just like, cool. Me and your mom are going out here. You guys take these boxing gloves, go on down there and pound the crap out of each other.
I feel like in my household, and I feel like with many of my friends, the sisters are given so much responsibility. It's like you don't get to just like be playful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my brothers were allowed to be idiots, and my sister and I had to like, you know what I mean? Like, they just got away with more stuff. So then all of a sudden, it's like when you're frustrated, you're gonna blame each other. You're like pitted against each other.
No, we had our chores list and all the rest of that kind of stuff, and do this and do that. But like. I don't know.
Interesting dynamics. Like when people are like, my sister is my best friend. I'm like, what? Like we growing up were like never friends. Like we were never like we loved each other, but we weren't like friends. We weren't like, oh, we're obviously hanging out with each other. We were like, what are you doing? I'm going out.
What's the age difference for you guys?
Only a few years.
Because you have one brother that's much older than you.
Yeah, like 7 years.
Yeah, you're not going to hang out with that sibling.
No, and he didn't want to hang out with me. But my sister was 3 years younger than me, but she also didn't want to hang out with me. And she kind of hung out with my younger brother. Yeah. See? Jan gets it. Yeah, we were just like never going to be friends. That was just clear. But like when we had to hang out, we did. We had a good time. But like we were not each other's choice. So like whenever I would hang out and they'd be like, a friend would be like, I'm bringing my brother. We're like best friends. I'd be like, what? How? Wait, you know that you don't have to do that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, my mom's my best friend. It's like, okay, but like, Marcia, you have options. Like, what do you mean you're choosing your mom? Like, I don't get that. What do you mean Lorraine's your best friend? She's 46. Like, I don't get it. You're 12.
She can get us beer and she'll let us drink with her as long as we do it at her house because then she knows what's going on.
You know what? I never really had one of those parents. Like I never went to a party whose mom or dad was just like, we'd rather have you guys drink in the house. Never.
We thought we did, but then we found out we didn't. Because we had a friend that had like another house. I think it was like right beside their actual house where they were just like, oh, we own 2 properties and like they rent it out or something, but it wasn't being rented out at the time. So we're like, come on, party here. My parents are like, party all you want. But then they came in at one point and they're like, what the fuck is going on here? We're like, oh, we thought this was cool. And they were like, no, this ain't fucking cool. Get out of our fucking house.
I actually really love that so much where like and then they probably went inside and they were like, they thought we were one of the cool parents. Piece of shit. Yeah.
Just Jazzy Jeff on the lawn, like just Uncle Phil tossing us straight out the door.
That's really funny. Yeah, no, I never like, and even when I was a kid and like I would think about like, you know, when you're like, when I have kids, even when I thought about like having kids, I was like, I'll never be friends with them. Like I just knew I'd be their mom and they'd be kids and they would be separate. It wasn't like, I'm gonna like have a daughter and she's gonna be my best friend. Like never. Even as a kid, I was like, there will be rules, there will be curfews, there will be standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stacey playing house as a kid was all about mortgages, accounting.
Oh, it was. I'll never forget my grandmother on Christmas Eve. We had to go to Canadian Tire. Okay. So we go to Canadian Tire and this is a deep cut of Canadiana, but Canadian Tire had these like elaborate lollipops and
their own money.
Yeah. Canadian Tire does have their own money. And even now it still doesn't make sense to me, but, she bought me this like $2 lollipop, which is like crazy expensive, right? When you're like a kid, you're like, whoa, it's like $2. It's like full price.
This is the 90s. $2 now would be $76. So yeah.
Exactly. So she's like, oh, do you want one of these? And I was like, Nanny, please, like it's Christmas Eve. Like how many gifts have you already bought? Like, can you afford? Like I was asking her if she could afford the lollipop as a kid. The pressure I was under, I felt.
The kid behind him is yelling and screaming, get me the goddamn bike. Get me the goddamn bike, you bitch. Whoa.
Come on, you bitch.
Don't call your father a bitch.
Lance, I said, get.
How about now? I'm going to piss all over this floor right here. I'm pissed right now.
There's so much piss from you today. Yeah, but so this kid's freaking out. Old Marcus in the back wants his bike. And I'm just like, Shirley, please think about this. Can you afford it?
Let's open up your change purse and take a look inside. We'll see.
But that was the thing. She pulled out her lethal change purse and she was like counting the coins to get me a lollipop. And I was like, please, we don't need this. I refused it.
Fun
Funny
money.
I know.
Funny money.
I know. Also, I'm not like calling out people who are best friends with their parents. I meant like when you were younger. I just always found that strange. If people are friends with their parents now, that's amazing. Can't relate. Yeah. But I think it's great. I think it's amazing.
Well, have you ever partied with Carol? Because Carol parties.
Oh, your mom's so fun. No, I know, but I am always uncomfortable because it's like it would be like if I saw even a teacher that I had back in the day was like at a bar and I was there, I'd be like, goodbye. I'm like, we're not hanging out. You're my teacher. Like, it's just
what are you doing at a bar? You're in elementary school. What's happening?
No, I mean like even now, like when I would take like improv classes and the teachers would be like, let's go have a drink. I'd be like, not with you. You're my teacher.
Who's going to the Roxy after? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, you know, and then that changed when you start sleeping with them. So that is all different. Yeah.
I would go to the Roxy. The Charlotte room. The Charlotte room was fun. It's great.
Yeah. Isn't it really, this is such a mixed bag conversation, but do you ever like think back on the bars that we thought were great and they were absolutely garbage?
Yeah. But I always equate it to this. I think whatever you love in your life, it's because you did with people that you had great connections with.
Oh my God, Jason, that's freaking beautiful.
I think it's true. Like, because even I look back on like a few of the things that I'm like, oh my God, I loved doing that, or I loved that so much. But really, it was probably the people I was with that made it.
You're so nice. Love that. Rob's saying this, which is a huge admission, and I totally relate to this. And he says, I want to be better friends with my sister, but she never initiates a conversation. I can't do 100% of the work in a relationship. And I feel that so deeply, you know, because it takes work.
Just reach out. Just keep reaching out eventually. Like, life's a long time, and you're in that person will always be your sibling. So like you can go through a decade where you do all the work, but who knows on the other end.
But I will say that I think that For me, it's like you think about, well, we're family. And it's like, yeah, but you still need to nurture a relationship. You still need to feel seen and feel appreciated in that relationship. And you can't just hang your hat on, well, we're sisters or we're brothers or that, like it's the same. Like you can't just be like, I'm married, so the relationship works.
Yeah.
You can't like hang your hat on the title. You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You're right. And then what happens with family is like you are tied to each other. So if you celebrate holidays together or events together, and you're not dealing with those issues, then they just percolate, like a nasty little stew in a crock pot.
You've been cooking in your air fryer or crock pot, or what's going on here?
No, I was just saying like, because if your friend,
I know what you're saying. You just really emphasized crock pot. Like I was like, okay, she wants to talk about stew.
I love that you think everything's so subliminal with me. Oh, she brought up crock pots. Does that mean she wants a crock pot? Did I mess up because I didn't get her a crock pot?
I mean, I bought her Crocs and she threw those back at me real hard.
I would never throw those back. I want a pair of Crocs so bad. Crocs, as you know, I'm a model now. So Crocs, if you are looking for partnerships or influencer materials, you can absolutely send me some free stuff Crocs. I would love it. What?
I would say that's our next Model Monday, but I don't own Crocs, so I'm not going to get them for Model Monday, not during the pandemic.
First of all, this is amazing. Paige goes, there is a biology teacher I had who goes to bars and went through a divorce and has slept with multiple people who I went to school with. Wow. Jenny, this is unrelated, but Jenny, I just said this to out loud to myself because I live alone, that I also need some new house Crocs because I had to get rid of mine.
The ones you can't take outside. I got you.
That is so funny because you know what? I had this teacher and he was so hot to me, like, oh my God. And he like was from the city. He was from Toronto and he drove in. And I just was like, oh my God, he's like so hot. If Audrey was in the chat, she'd know exactly who I'm talking about. We all agreed. Then recently, within the last like year or so, I saw like a current photo of him. And I'm like, in what world did I find this person attractive?
Yeah, I should look up some of the old teachers because there was like every high school has like the teacher you're like, oh my God, miss
oh my God, exactly.
Whatever. And you're like, oh my God, and I wonder what if it's like rose-colored glasses or like looking back on it.
Exactly, because as you know, like people? My love for people is so personality based too. So it's like, I watch In and of Itself and I'm like, that's the hottest man I've ever seen in my entire life. So it's just like these teachers now with like forgetting their personality. I'm like, ew, what the hell? This is also so funny to me. Rob goes, my grade 10 English teacher used to do open mics. And that is a yipey full diaper. That's a yipey full diaper.
We instantly think stand-up comedy, but maybe they were like, because he's an English teacher, maybe it was like slam poetry or something. Imagine that.
Whoa, man.
You go out in grade 10 and you see like your grade 10 English teacher in a fedora and like a tux without a tie and just being like, smoky rooms.
Ew, I'm so upset. Or like, hey, how you guys doing tonight? You got any birthdays? Are there any birthdays here tonight? And it's like, ew, Mr. Elfin.
You know what I hate about chalkboards? You ever hear like chalkboards?
I would teach during the day.
Short pieces of chalk.
Could we get a round of applause for all the educators out there who like to drink? And you're like, ew. There's nothing grosser than someone trying to prove to you that they have fun. There's just nothing more uncomfortable than that.
I used to go watch, Jenny put out, I used to go watch my high school drama teacher do improv at a bar in downtown Ottawa.
Oh, Jenny, no. That's so sad. Crystal's coming in with a very interesting story where she said, my high school calculus professor married one of his students and they've been together for a while with 2 kids.
Love is love, man.
She also became a math teacher. Wild.
Love is love.
Isn't it funny where like, when like weird relationships happen, but then it becomes okay when you go, oh, they got married and had some kids. So it's like, oh yeah,
I guess that was fine.
So Todd, how I was dating Todd. Oh yeah, you guys dated for like 4 years. Yeah. So he left me, started dating my best friend. Anyways, they're married now, a couple of kids. So the wound is gone now, obviously.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? But isn't that how we talk?
Yeah, and yeah,
Hey, remember
that's a
Michelle? Remember when Michelle stole your dog? Well, anyways, the guy that was helping her steal it, they ended up getting a little thing going on. Married couple
yeah.
of kids now with
The
the
kids love
dog.
the dog. They kept
Love
the
the
dog.
dog.
They kept the dog. So all's well that ends well. Anyways, I'm going home to cook some ramen.
From the
Mr.
crock
Noodles, I
pot.
call it ramen. So I boil it up and just gonna binge some old
Okay, this
Survivor.
one is so embarrassing. Oh my God, a teacher at my high school DJ'd the school dances and used to say, this is for all the sexy ladies to be like cool or something. That's what Kayla said. That is wild. Like, okay, we have to do a full episode dedicated to teacher stories because that
That
is
one has
so
to be
funny.
like, if you're the principal sitting in the back, you go, okay, well, he has to know he's fired now. Like, you
And look
gotta
at
be.
this. Stephanie goes, my high school best friend married my ex-boyfriend. Now they have a kid. So it's like, no problem. So are you in a sticky relationship right now? Just have a kid. Solve it.
Got a problem? Have a baby.
Have a problem, have a baby. Listen, that's why I'm here. No. I wasn't a problem. I caused the marriage, but that's okay. That's okay. That is so funny. My mom used to come into my high school. I think I've talked about this before. And she used to do karaoke, and I used to just ask her to not do that, but she wanted to do it for her, so she would run karaoke days, and I wouldn't go to them.
Who did your mom?
Yeah, my mom would bring in our karaoke machine, and she would, with all her CDs, and she would have karaoke days at my
To
school.
like a
And it was
local. Wow.
at my
And
school.
you didn't go.
I was like, Mom, this is social suicide. What are you
It's
doing?
crazier too, though. Like if she would have came home and you're at home, like filming yourself eating a chocolate bar, and she's like, "You missed out today, Stace." Your friend Dan, he can really he belts Buttercup, and you missed it.
You know what? Buttercup was a huge track
Of course
in
it
my
was.
household for karaoke.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I think Amanda has topped us all. My high school boyfriend dumped me, dated my best friend, dumped her, and then dated my cousin, and now they have 2 kids and they're married.
Damn, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is so wild.
How
You
was
know
the
what's
wedding?
great? Yeah, how was the wedding? Layered. Layered.
Me and my best friend, we were the bridesmaids. It was great.
It was crazy. But what was crazy was like we were the bridesmaids, but then Kate Middleton came in and like she was fucking pissed about the dresses and like whatever, I've forgiven her, but she ruined everything and she sucks.
I don't want anyone to be mad at her because I've forgiven her, but she will stab you in the back and she's a terrible person. But I don't know, whatever.
I don't know, whatever. Well, you know what, Jay? I think we really did it. We really covered a myriad of topics.
Yeah.
Listen, we love ridiculous teacher stories, and I am here for it as a segment on this show because it is just, you forget that like teachers are people. Like I always
I know.
did. Like when I would see
Yeah.
them at the grocery store, I'd be like, Mrs. McGuire, what?
Yeah.
Buying milk? What a creep. You know?
I had a
So
Mr.
anyways, keep
McGuire. Maybe they were a couple.
Maybe they were. Oh my God, when like the teachers would come in and be like, I'm getting married, so I have a new name. And you're like, what?
You guys are not gonna call me Mrs. Tomlinson.
Then 6 months later, she's like, okay, so now a new name.
Yeah. No, 6 months later, she's like, okay, I'm gonna be gone for a while. I'm having a baby.
Ew, I hate this voice, Jason. It's so gross. Yeah, it was always so strange to me.
But then
Like
she
when they were
comes back.
pregnant.
Then she comes back and she's back to Mrs. McGuire, and you're like, what happened, Miss McGuire?
And she's just like, Happy International Women's Day.
That's a solid ending.
It's a solid ending. This one's for you, Mrs. Tomlinson. It's so cool. creepy.
Is there the way we can end this on the song Miss Robinson?
I know, right? Okay, well, we adore you all. Again, if you want to join the Patreon, no pressure, but we will be doing a shot for shot of Jason's cease and desist commercial, and that will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that is going to be such a dumb time. Prepare your heart, Jason. We adore you all so much. Again, happy International Women's Day to everyone celebrating. You're all wonderful. And if you haven't done a Model Monday, get into it. Just take a nice picture of yourself and make yourself feel good because you deserve it. We will see you all on Wednesday. We'll do a proper Meghan Markle deep dive. And have the best Tuesday.
And here's the last bit of news. Okay. No.
What? What's the news?
Wednesday's also a friend of the pod, Adam Colley's birthday.
Ooh, Adam Colley. So we will be toasting for him. Turned 21. Yep. Huge day. All right, pals. We will talk to you later. Bye.